Hi, I'm David Bernstein. I'll actually be teaching to Congregation Beth Israel in Merkaz, Canada next week. I hope you'll be joining me. Right now, I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about this week's parasha, Parshat Vayera. Last week we read Parshat Lech Lecha, and one of the relationships that we see in both parashot is the relationship between Avraham and Lot. It's a complex relationship. In fact, the book of Genesis is filled with complex relationships, particularly in families. It starts with Cain and Abel, Cain murdering his brother Abel, and it goes through many generations, including, at the end of the book, Joseph's brother selling him into slavery. So the Torah recognized that relationships are very hard, and sometimes family relationships are the most hard. Avraham and Lot are related. Lot is the nephew of Avraham. And Lot's father, Avraham's brother, passes away, we are told. And Lot joins Avraham in his journey to the land of Canaan, the land of Israel. And it's very clear that Avraham and Sarah, or Sarai as she's called at this point, are past childbearing age. They're elderly people. And they have no children. And Lot is an orphan, their nephew. And it's very clear that he is a potential heir to Avraham, both materially and spiritually. In fact, the Hebrew term for a nephew is a ben ach, the son of a brother. And that already tells us that he's kind of a quasi-son. In any case, as the story tells us, they go to the land of Canaan. They leave shortly thereafter because there's a famine in the land, and they go down to Egypt. And in Egypt, both Avraham and Lot prosper. They become very well-to-do. And something changes. Their relationship changes. And Lot and Avraham begin to move away from each other. Their herdsmen begin to quarrel, to the point where Avraham has to say to Lot, listen, better that we separate. And he says, Ki anashim achim anachnu. We are brothers. In other words, we're no longer in a relationship of a potential quasi-parent and a potential heir. We are now brothers. We're now more equal. You're not going to be my heir anymore. And the Torah tells us this not only in words, but it tells us also in subtle ways. Professor Nechama Leibovitz, whom I was privileged to learn with, one of the great Torah scholars of the 20th century and one of the few women Torah scholars of her time, taught me that the Torah also tells us in the wording, when they go down to Egypt, they go down, according to the text, Abraham, Sarah, Lot, and their property. When they come up, it's Abraham, Sarah, the property, and Lot. Literally, the property has come between them. So they have these disagreements. Lot goes to Sodom, clearly moving away from Avraham's path. And yet, when Lot is taken captive, Avraham goes and rescues him. He takes 300 plus men, goes all the way to the north of Israel in order to rescue his nephew Lot. And I think there's something important we can learn from this. Avraham and Lot, at a certain point, couldn't get along. And yet, Avraham recognized, Ki anashim achim anachnu, we are brothers. And I hope that we can learn also that there are people in our families, there are people in our communities with whom we disagree. Not everybody in Israel agrees about everything, and not everybody in Canada or the United States agrees about everything. And yet, anashim achim anachnu. I hope that we'll be able to overcome our differences enough that even if we keep to our beliefs and our opinions, that when times get tough, we're able to come to the rescue of each other, recognizing that we are brothers and sisters. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to Thursday.